In this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you, sir. You may put your hand down. Sir, what is your name?
Marshall Mathers.
And Mr. Mathers, can you read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, I can.
Sir, can you hear and understand me properly?
Yes, I can.
You understand that you have a right to have a lawyer, and of course you do have a lawyer representing you from the beginning of this case right to the end. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
He is a violent misogynist. He advocates raping and murdering his mother in one of his songs. He glories in the same song in the idea that he might murder any woman he comes across.
Ho ho! Eminem has got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho! Eminem has got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho!
Eminem has got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho!
Eminem has got to go.
How do you cancel a man who had the vice president's wife and the entire Senate doing a debate about him, who had people protesting against him at the MTA VMA Awards, and has also had people protesting against him at the Grammys?
How many people here tonight are sick of motherfuckers talking about me?
Slim Shady might have been born in a small town in Detroit, but he has grown to become the most polarizing figure in the history of hip-hop. It might come as a surprise to many of you, but the Slim Shady of 2024 is actually the PG version of Eminem's alter ego. Back in the 2000s, Eminem was truly wilding. After releasing the Marshall Mathers LP and selling over 1.7 million copies in just a week, M was under so much pressure and got embroiled in a lot of controversies. He was criticized for his violent lyrics, accused of homophobia, and he was also labeled a misogynist and accused of advocating for violence against women. Slim Shady got so much heat that he became a topic at the Capitol, and there was even a Senate hearing about him. Lynn Cheney, who at the time was the wife of Vice President Dick Cheney, described Eminem as a violent misogynist. During her Senate hearing in September 2000, Lynn Cheney stated that Eminem is responsible for promotion of violence of the most degrading kind against women.
He is a violent misogynist. He advocates raping and murdering his mother in one of his songs. He glories in the same song in the idea that he might murder any woman he comes across.
Eminem eventually responds to Lynn Cheney on the song White America and on the song Without Me, where he even does a mock electrocution of Miss Cheney's husband.
I know that you got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicated.
But this wouldn't be the first or last attempt to cancel Eminem, and it won't be the only problem that was caused by the Marshall Mathers LP. Apart from the wife of the vice president, this time it was a group that had serious issues with the Marshall Mathers LP. On the 7th of September 2000, the MTV VMA Awards ceremony happened at the Radio City Music Awards in New York. But apart from the awards that were being given on the night, right in front of the venue, a huge protest was going on.
Ho ho! Eminem has got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho! Eminem has got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho!
Eminem has got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho!
Eminem has got to go. Hey hey!
Ho ho!
Eminem has got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho!
Eminem has got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho!
Eminem has got to go. Hey hey!
Ho ho!
It might come as a very huge surprise to you that Slim Shady had found a way to offend the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, also called GLAAD. Before the day the award show happened, GLAAD had actually met with MTV executives telling them to stop playing M's music and videos and to stop promoting anything that had to do with Eminem. Although GLAAD was created as far back as 1985, in only just his second album and just less than 3 years after he became famous, Eminem's music had somehow managed to contain the most blatantly offensive, homophobic lyrics GLAAD had ever seen. And in the 1980s and 90s, this was no mean feat. Trust me, most artists don't even do half of these before they manage to get themselves canceled. I'm sure DaBaby probably bangs his head against the wall and constantly curses his luck. But despite GLAAD's meetings with MTV, guess what? Eminem still managed to bag the most nominations on the night. Slim Shady was nominated 7 times. GLAAD released a statement that said, "By giving Eminem the biggest spotlight MTV offers artists each year, it is clear that our concerns have fallen on deaf ears. It's time to make sure that we are heard. Eminem has refused to take responsibility for the violence his lyrics promote, and by placing him center stage tonight, MTV has traded responsibility for ratings. And because MTV still had Eminem at the show, GLAAD staged a protest against Eminem right in front of the show's venue during the awards pre-show.
Ho ho, Eminem has got to go. Hey hey, ho ho, Eminem has got to go. Hey hey, ho ho,
Eminem has got to go. Hey, hey.
But despite the protests, Eminem not only won 3 awards, which made him the biggest winner on the night, he also had one of the most iconic moments of his career. It was at this show that M had that special performance in front of an army of Slim Shady lookalikes.
May I have your attention, please? Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Oh, wait, no way, you're kidding. He didn't just say what I think he did he?
But if you think having people protest against you at one of the biggest award shows in music is bad enough, well, think again. Eminem then had people protesting against him at the biggest award show in music. I'm not sure any hip-hop artist had ever had people protesting against them at an award show. Slim Shady had it twice. Just before the Recording Academy announced its nominations for their 2001 awards, everyone was waiting for one thing: would Eminem be nominated or not? M was nominated 4 times on this night. He was even nominated for the biggest award of the night, Album of the Year, which he lost to the album 2 Against Nature by the rock band Steely Dan. And not only was Eminem nominated for the biggest awards, but just like at the VMAs, he was also listed to perform at the show. This time, there was even a bigger protest. From the moment he was nominated, the Recording Academy received thousands of emails and phone calls, angry that he was even nominated.
You missed that
Mad
theme
Dog.
song. Yeah,
I did.
Mad Dog was
Can
a
you
little
sing it?
scary. No.
Well, he's a multi-platinum artist and a bit of a troublemaker.
And now Grammy nominations stir controversy for Eminem. VH1's Rebecca Rankin has the story tonight.
Eminem's record-breaking album, the Marshall Mathers LP, has garnered the rapper 4 Grammy nominations. And as a result, many people are outraged. After throwing stones at the Grammys and critics in his hit single, The Real Slim Shady, Eminem's album continues to receive critical acclaim.
It is one of the best records of the year. The guy is the most talented rapper out there. I know it, he knows it, other rappers know it. Does he deserve Grammy nods? Yes.
And its share of criticism. The Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation launched a strike against the rapper after he received his Grammy nominations, criticizing his lyrics as, quote, sending messages that endorse hatred.
Many people object to it. They find his opinions and particularly his hatreds because he hates many things in people, including himself, I'd like to add.
GLAAD released a statement that stated, "The Marshall Mathers LP contains venomous and violent messages about homosexuals and women." On the day of the show, there were thousands of protesters against Eminem in front of the Staples Center. It was tagged the Rally Against Hate. And make no mistakes, this time it wasn't just GLAAD that was protesting. There were other groups as well. Never before has the attempts to cancel Eminem been as crazy as it was on this day. However, Slim Shady not only won 3 out of the 4 awards he was nominated for, he also managed to steal the headlines with his performance. M had another iconic performance on this night. Slim Shady surprised the world when he brought out none other than Elton John on stage to perform Stand with him.
It's fed, this is dead.
But she's gone cold and wondering why I got out of bed.
However, if you think having people protest against you was bad, well, Slim Shady became so controversial that he had the Secret Service investigate him, not once, but twice. Eminem was first investigated by the Secret Service in 2003. On the song We As Americans, Slim Shady rapped, "F money, I don't rap for presidents. I'd rather see the president. It's never been said, but I set precedents." And on the song Mosh, Eminem called President Bush this weapon of mass destruction that we all call our president. So, on the 8th of December 2003, the Secret Service stated that they were launching a probe and looking into allegations that M had threatened the president. But this wouldn't be the last time Eminem would pop up on the Secret Service watch list. This time, Eminem was even interviewed. M was interviewed in January 2018 for his lyrics on the song Framed about Trump and his daughter Ivanka. Interestingly, Eminem was said to be rapping along with the Secret Service agents as the verse's lyrics were being read out to them. The Secret Service having a file on you was pretty crazy stuff, but there was also a time when countries were trying to ban Slim Shady from coming into their territory, or threatening to arrest him if he performed certain songs. During Eminem's anger management tour in 2000, he was scheduled to perform in Toronto and Montreal, but not everyone was happy about this. Canadian activist Valerie Smith filed a complaint against Eminem, with the Hate Crimes Police Department stating that M's lyrics were considered hate speech under Canadian law. If they concluded that M's lyrics were indeed hate speech, he would be arrested if he performed songs like Kim and You. This matter ended up in the hands of Ontario's Attorney General, Jim Flaherty, who stated that Eminem should be banned from entering Canada. The judge even called immigration to arrest or stop M at the border. Then Canadian politician Michael Bryant stated that Eminem should actually be allowed to go ahead with the show so that he could perform the songs he was asked not to do and be arrested at the show. Well, guess what? Slim Shady was not only allowed into the country, but Eminem did perform at Toronto's Skydome. And you just know he went ahead to perform the songs he was asked not to, and had some words for the activists who accused him of hate speech. However, Canada wasn't the only country that had issues with Eminem during the anger management tour. In February 2001, M's last stop for this tour was in the United Kingdom. However, he was told by the police that he could bring his chainsaw on stage, but he wasn't allowed to turn it on. And this was what led to Slim Shady whipping out his British accent.
We heard you take on stage and do a little bit of drinking and you have a chainsaw. Well, if the chainsaw's going, or you take that or you drink, or you say the F word, or stick up your middle finger, or move the crowd, or do any type of show at all, then we will arrest you because we are tough London cops. Tough Manchester cops.
And did Slim Shady not turn on his chainsaw on stage?
You've got a platform now, man. Cameras are rolling, you know. Is there anything that you want to say?
This show was actually investigated by the cops to see if he took ecstasy on stage and encouraged his fans to do the same. Although M told the cops that all he ate on stage were just dried up pieces of chewing gum. So, what do you think about the many attempts to cancel Slim Shady? And how has Shady managed to stay alive till now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.